Crystal Gray, community activist, former city council member. So, what do you think of these two initiatives that are going on in this entire sort of candidate run right now?
Well, first of all, the neighborhood right to vote, it's a really limited type of initiative, and it only has to do with the change in the land use. So if someone wants to right-size your neighborhood by changing the zoning, then that neighborhood could, if they wanted to, have a vote on that, see if it's appropriate for them or not. So it's really limited. I think, are people making too big of a deal out of it. But what would really be great is if we had area plans and sub-community plans, and then people could say what they love about their neighborhood or what they'd like to see change. But absent that, this is just a little fail-safe, and no, it won't probably be activated very often.
So are you in favor of these two initiatives or not? You are.
And the growth pays for itself. I've served on city council for 8 years. We get these fee studies about what the fees should be.
Yeah.
And actually it comes down to a political decision, and we get lobbied very heavily by the development community, the business community, and everyone. And so it becomes a political decision. It doesn't become a decision based on facts or what would actually cover the cost of new development. Like Google, I'm on planning board, we approved that project, but they didn't pay any fees for affordable housing.
The Boulder One group say this is going to ruin everything. Is it?
No, I don't think it'll ruin everything. But we are a community that's infilling, and these issues are all starting to get more attention and more pronounced as how we're going to continue to pay for services and impacts as we get more people. Like our libraries here. How are we going to pay for them if we don't have fees that actually reflect the real cost of us doing business? What happens is we as residents end up paying for those type of services.
Who do you think's going to win?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
All right.
Someone predicted I'd come in second, and when I went down to the victory party, I was leading. So.
All right, Crystal
Okay.
Gray, former city council person. Thank you.
Thanks.
My name is Bob Yates, and I'm running for City Council because I want Boulder to continue to thrive. I've got experience in law and in business and in serving the community. I was a lawyer in private practice for 10 years, and I tripled the size of my law firm. I then helped start Level 3 Communications and grew it from a small handful of people to a Fortune 500 company. And 4 years ago, on my 50th birthday, I retired so I could dedicate all my time in service to the community. I've served as chairman of the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, chairman of the Museum of Boulder, and in leadership positions at Chautauqua, the Dairy Center, and the Conference of World Affairs. I'd like to take those leadership experiences I've had in law, in business, and in serving the community, and help Boulder continue to grow and to thrive.
What do you want to do as a city council member?
I like us to make rational, reasonable decisions. I've learned in my leadership that you can't lead by dividing people, so I want to listen to people. You can't lead by making decisions based on ideology. It's got to be based on reason. I want to make my decisions guided by community interest and not special interest.
There's a lot of groupthink that goes on city council, and people are pretty annoyed with it. You know, they have a tendency to come down on the same political lines, and sometimes people say that the city council's not too bright, they don't think things through, and they should really not be running a city like Boulder. What do you say to that?
I think they take on too much. I think they are bright people of good faith, but I think they take on too many obligations and responsibilities. I think sometimes they don't have all the information they need from the staff, and I think they're forced and rushed into decisions too quickly. So if I'm on council, I'm going to require that my colleagues and I make a decision in January as to what we're going to handle for the remainder of the calendar year, and we're going to stick with it.
What about these two initiatives? Where do you stand on those? Both sides, whenever I talk to people, they have pretty rational reasons for it and rational reasons against it.
I'm against both ballot measures. On the neighborhood voting ballot measure, I think we need to make decisions as an entire community, holistically, not neighborhood by neighborhood. That ballot measure would divide Boulder into 65 enclaves, each of which could make decisions that affect the entire community, and I don't think that's right. With respect to the development fee proposal, I think developers should pay their own way. But the fees and the taxes that they pay should be reasonable and certain. And this ballot measure provides a lack of certainty and a lack of reasonableness, and I don't think it's the right answer to the problem.
How long have you lived in Boulder?
I've lived here 14 years.